Just running the camera through. What I'm gonna start doing, I guess, since I got the camera aimed at the ground most of the time anyway now, rather than the mineral streets. Over the last couple of weeks, it's the way it's been, and that's the way I guess I'm gonna have to do it for a little while. So what I'll do is I'll digitally collect the EMNC from the trees, the ground, the grass, the leaves, which I do sometimes. It just doesn't hit home as good as the mineral streets, what you call clouds. It doesn't get to people. They don't understand it. What I'm showing them as much as the clouds or the moon. That's why I go for the clouds and the moon all the time. But I do throw in everything else because it's important to know that everything in here is built by the true creators, builders. Everything in here. Um, Maybe talk a couple more minutes throughout the day today while I'm doing these videos about the space alien nonsense and all the outer space bullshit. Billions upon trillions of dollars per year gets given by people's energy, the human energy, goes out and works and gives up your money in taxes in order to fund all these lies, your own propaganda, your own death. And it sucks right now because you always think when you're going through this awakening, you're always thinking that everyone's going to soon wake up. How could they not? How could they not be seeing what's going on here? Um, but they don't. They only see their own sides and they don't realize that they've been divided and it was all intentional. That's the way it is. I don't know. Um, and it's very hard for people to get over. Uh, there's a lot of shit going on in the news, so everybody I run into is talking about space alien garbage, and I can't let that slide. I mean, but then you start asking them questions that they can see for themselves, and they will not go look. They will not go see it for themselves. For example, the moon and the sun, two of the most simple things, to simplest observations, to understand that we're not living on a spinning wet pear rocket ball. That's not the case. But their science and medicine says yes. That's the way it is. So we got to deal with all this shit. And it's not like dealing with other psyops, other programming, like the flat Earth programs. They're a lot easier to get by because there's not as many people on that page. Not as many people went down that road. That road was a trap, by the way, for any flat earthers that are listening. It was the same trap as the heliocentric model, the geocentric model. So I'm trying to show you guys this so you can go see it for yourselves, and then you'll know. There's a lot of intelligent people out there who, if they drop the ego and just see, that's the problem. We all use our memory capsule. No one uses the true creator's energy anymore. We don't do anything by the way we feel, by our neurological system. And that's the way it was supposed to be. The neurological system is what holds true intelligence, real true intelligence, not just programming. The brain is a memory capsule that holds all the programming. So whatever you were programmed to believe, like I'm watching, what's his face again, Clayton Morris, and there's a lot of space alien garbage that he's bought into. Now, if he's a real person, and he might be, him and his wife might be real people, and they don't seem like they're part of the knowing. They don't seem like they're part of the know. So that may be the case, that they may be just regular, average people that got some fame from their earlier years, and then now they're using it to have this platform to go out and show, because they do show people a lot of things that are true. I don't know why there's not more of it. For example, the United Nations plans and the global elite, and what they call the global elite. All these things have lies wrapped up in them. Global elite, right? As if it's a globe. Everything's taken for granted that these lies were true and real, and they're not. So even as we fight and debate over the outer space nonsense and then the whole nonsensicalness of it, but everybody's read too many books, watched too many movies, and they all believe that outer space is what they were told. And then now we got all this fucking... It's been a long time, but I mean, it's just so bad at it. They're so bad at it that when I'm looking at the same thing that billions of others, millions of others are looking at, I'm saying, you got to be fucking kidding me. You guys see that this is CGI, right? You see this is not real. Oh, little blobs, little fucking triangles, little things like this that are by the millions. The true creators, builders are triangular. You can see them everywhere. We can see them at the cloud level, the tree level. As I'm going through here, I can take this. I'll start pulling the imagery out in all directions out of this area that's in the camera, right? And then as I pull the imagery out, feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, over and over and over again, I'll go up high up here into this area, and I'll show you that even in between the trees, the builders are all around us, building everything in here. I can go to these rocks. Now, these rocks have human influence. They were laid down by humans. So they have human influence, but I can certainly go in there and extract the imagery. I'll put on a colored filter, red, blue, green. The stones are kind of bluish, and so I'll probably go red, orange, yellow filter, add some contrast for myself, and I'll show you that the imagery is all around us because we all live in here with the true creators, builders, building everything in here, including us, including these stones on the ground, including these scattered leaves. You think it's coincidental that the wind blew them there, and that no, when you see the imagery and you start extracting the imagery from it, you'll understand it better. You understand that there's an electromagnetic nanocarbon system, and that was the true creator's build. That was the original build, and the true creator only cares about that build. So the fact that these other species other than the feline, canine, rodent, ape, and human and beast came into play, that was due to humans. That's all human construct, and we can't even get our heads around it. When I tell people this shit, their fucking heads look like they're ready to explode, and they got to run away from it. And they go right back to all the lies. You can see what I'm telling you. The shit that I'm explaining to you, we could see it. I'm only explaining it so that you know what to look for and how to see it a little better. But we can certainly all see it. It's not a we only hide it from ourselves. The true creator's not hiding it. It's not in any crazy scripts or any books or anything like that in a hidden way. It's not in Da Vinci's paintings. All right, those are all just humans hiding things. The true creator, he ain't hiding nothing. It's all right there for us to see it. Everyone just refuses to look. What I'll start doing is I'll throw a couple of filters in my basket because, like, right now you got a lot of colors going on. So extracting the imagery from this area right here is going to be very easy for me. I can do it no problem. I can throw the camera up in the woods to the right when I'm ready, and I can do that too, um, and just extract the imagery from down low at this level. So maybe it's a good thing that these guys are fucking with me and chasing me around everywhere. Um, Surveilling me, following me, intimidating me, whatever the fuck they're up to. I don't know. I was going to mention that the mineral streets for the last 3-4 days have been fairly slow. Here and there, I'll see them, but fairly slow, unusual. Usually, 3 days a week, 3 to 5 days a week. I could be doing videos of mineral streets, and right now I can do them every day, but I can't leave the camera out to run for hours and get zillions and zillions of images of the true creator's work. It's we got a lot of blue sky, blue silver sky, and they're not going by the tens of thousands right now. So at least not above my head anyway. I know they are somewhere else, but I'm just saying above me they're not. So aiming the camera at the ground is fine, when I'm walking, riding, whatever, and getting around down here. So, because that's what I'm still on the mission. I'm still, seeing what they're doing. But if they're using drones now, then that's going to be a little bit tougher. I do have my eyes open a little better than they used to be for drones, especially knowing how small they are now and stuff like that. They're really small. They're little camera drones. That's why. They're not carrying anything. They can be that tiny. I would love to see one up close though, to actually observe one to see how they're flying them. Are they flying them like a bird's flapping wings, a little mechanical thing like that? Are they flying them on electromagnetic current? They don't make any noise, so I don't believe they're using any propellers or anything like that, unless they. Nah, I'm not buying it, especially the shape of it and everything. Because even though it was night, you could see the shape of it and the size of it was very small. Even though it was above the trees and a little distance, it's still, I got some feel for, wow, they can make them really small. I would never notice that. I would have never seen that if I just hadn't. First of all, if it wasn't going fast. If it wasn't going fast and I didn't see the streak of light go by, then I don't think I would have recognized it as a drone. When I seen how fast it was going and how it left a streak of light, then I was like, wow, what the fuck? And then it stopped a ways away, which I've already told the story several times. But then it just sat there, hovered, and flashed around in a certain area, all the way up until I lost track of it. And then once you lose track of it, I don't think I'd pick it up again. If it was over or behind some trees or something with a camera aiming through, then, I wouldn't notice. Just like if this was a drone right here, if this camera was a drone and I was, between these trees, but yet the subject that I wanted was on the other side of those trees, I can still see the subject. You can still see what they're doing, what's going on through the trees, and then the subject's a lot less likely to see me because it is pretty thick brush right there. They're less likely to see me, especially if it's dark out, So, who knows what's up with that. I haven't seen any more, but I'm looking now. I'm on the lookout to see if I see any more. But it's funny because the trash getting knocked over and my trash barrel getting searched there, that's pretty drastic, and the camera is just at the barrels, the outside cameras. The right of the camera is just at the barrels, so you can just barely see what the hell's going on. But I don't see any animals or anything like that pulling it down, so I believe it was a human that was doing that, going through the trash or whatever, especially because none of the food was eaten or nothing like that. But also, if it was like any of the animals that I can think of that would have knocked that trash over, I'm sure I would have seen them in the camera because they would have went up on top of the barrel. They would have been climbing around it and stuff like that. I didn't see none of that. I just see the barrel tip over, and it looks to me, I'll just show the video. I'll rewind it and show it. It's digital, so I can go right back to it. But it sucks because the camera is watching the house, of course, so it just caught the edge of the barrel, because it would have been nice to be able to pick up a vehicle that might have been going by at the time and stuff. I guess I can go back and look for that, I'll go for like an hour or two around that time and see if I see a vehicle go by beforehand and see which one it is. It sucks playing investigator. I don't want to waste my fucking time. I really don't want to. But I'm probably going to have to, just so I have some evidence to go to court with if all this shit goes down the way I think it's going to go down. So anyways, space aliens, what a bunch of shit. What a bunch of shit. And everybody and your brother believes in the shit too, so that's what really blows, It's not like there's going to be anybody. I've never met anybody that doesn't buy into it. And it's just that so many people have been coming to me over the last few days. It does happen every once in a while. They do some moon fucking bullshit story or something, or they have some fake ass launch and everybody's all excited about it. And it just aggravates me. And it's like, what are you talking about? This ain't nobody going to fucking space, because outer space is not what you were told it is. Hasn't anybody been listening? And obviously not, Fucking ridiculous, man. And then in the whole zero and infinity thing, people hear that and they think that it sounds crazy, but it's not crazy at all. Think about it. There is no zero. You cannot prove zero. Zero is a human concept, and you just have a hard time getting over it because everybody, accountants, mathematicians, students of any kind, really, all think that's like the craziest thing they've ever heard, but it's not. And the math is really easy. I've been doing the math now for a while. I got a 1 through 9 clock that I now know that would work properly. It would all come together. I wish others would come in and go for some of those things, because it would happen much faster. It's taken me a long time to get it all together. Mostly just feeling things out. Try it without the zero, try it without zero or infinity, and see how the math feels. That kind of thing is mostly what I've been doing, and it's fine. It works fine. It wasn't that long ago that zeros did not even exist in the human realm. That was made up to confuse the population.